Hi guys, it's Chrissie with Chrissie's Divine Design Tarot, and I'm just going to wait a few minutes to see if people are going to come in for the reading. This is the bonus reading for Keanu Reeves and his future spouse. So we are doing this today for all of the most viewed, one of the most viewed videos. So it is the one that won. Once again, shocker. No surprise there. I would imagine that everybody seems to really love this reading, wanting to know what's going on with him. And each and every time that I do this reading, it just keeps saying the same thing to me, that he is settled and there is someone else out there that's going to really warm his heart. So let's see what's going on right now. And of course, some people are having an issue about doing a reading on a celebrity, but it's all public knowledge of their life. And if anything changes, it's no different for me to be doing it than somebody in the news. So it's just done in a different way. So, and of course, it's just based on the energy right now that I'm picking up on. And it can change in the future depending on what decisions are made that he makes in the meantime. So let's just see what's on his mind right now. Okay. Release any beliefs that no longer assist me in my soul's growth. So any guilt that he may have felt from anything that may have happened in his life, he's kind of trying to heal that, I'm getting, or kind of getting past that in some way. Now, this may have been one of the lessons. Yeah, there's a change coming through here for him. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So there is some type of movement coming through. Oh, hey, you guys. It's nice to see y'all coming in. That's so awesome. Right on. I told you I was going to do more of these, and now that I've figured out how to do it, we will definitely do more of these. Just as I was saying that was 222. That might be important to somebody. All right, let's see here. Okay, but there is some worry here. Now, he might be realizing that he can't change certain things, so that may be why he's kind of letting that go. Now, each of these thoughts, I feel like these may be things that he's already encountered and is kind of working through at this time. And some kind of creative aspect is on his mind. So definitely, possibly, actually, maybe music, maybe even maybe a new role here is what I'm getting. Maybe a new movie or something. I'm getting like now, from what I understand, it may be a movie he's already done. Why is that coming up? I don't know what that means. All right, so freedom to choose. So power of free will. So you may decide not to. He's going to. I kind of feel like he's all in though. So whatever this is, this may be. I'm getting maybe even a part two of something that he's done. Maybe something of a movie that I'm kind of getting. I don't know what that is. It's kind of like a reference of a movie that he's done before, but it's like a second part to it, or a part, like, I don't want to say a part two, but yeah, a part two. I don't know. Okay, let's go on to his person's side on here to see what's going on their mind at this point. Let's see what's going on there. Okay. So this person is kind of seeing things on the humorous side of life, not taking life too serious, focusing on the lighter side of life, which is what the card says. So they're choosing to focus on that, and it's a choice. It's to be in that positive aspect of things where it's not that doom and gloom. Okay, so it's more having fun, having that chance to really enjoy life, and that's why we're here, right? We're meant to live that best life and enjoy life, right? Blame. So maybe understanding that pointing the finger isn't really making a difference. It just kind of prolongs the problem instead of focusing on a solution. And having that solution is learning what you learned about yourself, which is most important here. So you kind of can navigate it later on if it ever crosses your path again. And understanding what that may mean to you, how you come across to other people, how other people are coming across to you, how you're seeing it as maybe as to what they mean it to be. So really understanding the lesson is kind of what I'm getting here. Understanding and not doing the blame game. With that unconditional love, I had this in my last reading for Valentine's Day reading, which you might want to have a look. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I am getting there once I'm done this reading. And definitely, whoever this is, they're really taking a healing journey here into their well-being, about what matters to them now, as maybe as weren't really focusing on in the past, more always doing things for other people. And now that it's, I want to say, their turn, it's almost like not sure how to navigate it. And it's kind of interesting because most people don't really look at what they really want in life. And it may take a minute, of, okay, what do I really want for myself for my best life? What would that look like? And I mean, that's, it's interesting that people don't really focus more on their own journey, because we only have one life, right? That we're here at right now. And it's important because time goes by so fast and it waits for no one. So living that best life, and each and every day being thankful that you're here, because it can definitely change in a heartbeat. So let's just see here what else is going on. I'm getting a lot from this already. Okay, this person is experiencing peace, and this may be something where they aren't feeling shame, they're not feeling blame, they're not feeling any negativity on themselves. They're actually at peace. And I like this for this person, because this may be, I'm almost like dumbfounded here, like, wow, where was I when all this, I could have had this so much sooner. You know what I mean? Like, just having that amazing sense of peace and tranquility about self, right? So let's just see what else. Blame again. Okay, so I feel like this is something to do with that negative talk in the head, and it's maybe even catching yourself going, you're so stupid, why did you do that? And then you're talking to yourself, and it's like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be in the positive side, positive, positive, positive. And I'm kind of getting this, I got to kind of remember catching myself, not to get into that type of mindset. I'm getting goosebumps. Oh my God. Like, this is interesting. So, wow, like, it's still going on. I've never really had that happen before. Like, usually you get that kind of cold feeling and it kind of comes and goes, but this stayed on for like, woohoo, for a little while. All right, let's get one more card for forgiveness. Now, this is unbelievable, because this, at this point for this person, they're getting closer to that end of that journey of that dark night of the soul. And this is being able to forgive people that have done wrong to you. And maybe if you felt you weren't your best self to somebody, okay, to put it in a nice way. Forgiveness that you're both feeling. So there may even be some twin flamish here, mirroring effects here. Now, just remember, even if you've asked for Keanu to come in, he still has freedom to choose, right? So, but since whoever this is, they're going to choose each other because this is your person. Like, this is the person, his person, their person, right? So let's just see what we have here for the feelings. All right. Burning desire. Woohoo. Woo. Wow, just everything's just jumping out. Okay, we have flames of passion ignite. Now, it's interesting the words flames come up here. Now, that's kind of that twin flamish thing I was just talking about. And it's, oh, there's another card there. Ha! Gotcha. All right, time apart. So this might be an ending to whatever time apart this is. So not that you've met already. You could have. I mean, it's possible, but it's possible this time apart is closing out now where you're meant to come in together. So let's just see what this card was. Oh, there's going to be a major bondage here, like really bonding heavy. What does this say? This says, as you get to know each other, discover many things in common. So you're going to find that you actually have a lot in common with Keanu, whoever I'm speaking with here. And of course, it could be anybody. I mean, it wasn't through social media in the aspect of a platform per se. It was more of a, well, I guess a dating site is a platform, but that was what I was on when I encountered a celebrity. And I thought that they were, that it was a scam. So I didn't write back. And I ended up meeting this person. Well, didn't actually meet them. They chose not to be with me and drove off. So it's not uncommon that you can call them in, but they still have the say of whether it's a yes or a no. Okay, so just saying. And I'll tell you my story. I'm hoping maybe even having my story to have on video. I might just do up a video on that of what I've encountered throughout my life, some of the things I've had people say to me, which is so amazing that these words actually come out of people's mouths and actually say things to people in such a terrible way. And you'd be really surprised in some of the people that have actually said terrible things to me. And it would be people that you wouldn't think would do something like that. But they do. So I might end up doing my story at some point, just to see how many people can actually relate to this as well, because it's not uncommon for somebody that is selected for service to encounter a lot of negativity and be the positive light for other people, which may irritate people's demons, of course, right? So let's just keep going on Keanu. Wow, psychic connection. So definitely you may be reaching out to him and you may not know if it's him on the other end, and it might just be. And it's funny because there you might even get answers to why haven't you come in yet? You know, like, where are you? What are you doing? I'm missing you. I want you to come in, blah, blah, blah. And you might actually get an answer. And I actually had the same feeling as I am right now of this taking a breath again. Like I just went through this in my last reading. And it's almost like hard to breathe, or just that excitement that just want to burst. And it's hard to talk. It's almost like maybe it's star shock, you know, like we're stardom meeting somebody of fame or celebrity status, and that whole feeling of it's a celebrity. I don't know, but it's interesting because it's almost really hard to breathe, like really taking my breath away almost. Wow. It's gonna be funny because I feel like there's gonna be moments of shared words and wanting to get to know you better, that he's gonna want to take you away. It says a private getaway for two is calling you. So you may be tempted to go with this. So, and just to get to know each other better. Now, let's just see what's going on here first. Self-love. I like this for him because I feel like he's definitely been through some hard lessons throughout his life, and it's important that he is doing that work on himself. And of course, most celebrities, like I've said before, actually that's how they got to where they are, is that spiritual journey. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to find that those celebrities believe in spirit, believe in themselves, are going through that journey of that best life and what that looks like to them. And yeah. All right, let's have a look at the spouse. Honest communication. I like this. Expect a heart-to-heart conversation. All right, what do we got? Manifesting the one. Okay, it is in reverse. It doesn't mean that you're not manifesting the one. It just means that your manifestations haven't actually come forward just yet. Okay, so I'm getting that this is for a reason. Now, I just saw a whole bunch that were in the reverse. And when I start off, I usually have them all in the upright. And for whatever reason, they're not. Maybe I'm meant to leave them. I don't know. What do you think? Should I leave them? Looks like it's only like one, so that might need to stay that way. I'm going to leave it. And who knows, when it comes out, it might turn around on the cards like it has before and come out upright. So we'll just see what happens. Divine timing. How did I know that was coming out? I knew it. This is definitely being guided. It's going to be some type of event that you go to that this comes through, okay, where you come together. And I'm getting it may not happen the way you think it's going to happen. Or the fact that you've this manifestation, and sometimes what we think should happen isn't the way it plays out, is kind of what I'm getting with that. So let's just see. You are worthy. So he definitely is going to see your worth. Keanu's somebody that takes notice of, it's almost like he's reading your soul when he meets you. It's kind of what I'm getting. Like he's very in depth or deep, if you will. Very caring is what I'm getting. Wow. Love language, physical touch hasn't happened yet. So the manifesting the one and the physical touch, maybe you haven't actually touched skin yet, of handshake or hug or kiss. Just saying. All right, we have fearless love. So definitely wanting to have this with all your heart. This is not afraid to love on such a great level. Such a high level here is what I'm getting. Definitely high leveled. Love language, acts of service. So he may really want to help you out. And he's not going to say what he's going to do. He's just going to do the act of service. So actions speak louder than words, it says. So definitely isn't going to talk about it. It's just going to show you through acts of service. And it looks like you both are like that. So this might be something you both have in common. Now, same with the forgiveness. You might be at that same level of where you are in your journey here. All right. There's an ending. So, excuse me. The 19 turns into 10 with the 1 and the 9. That is that number 10 where things are closing out, and it turns and morphs into that 1. So this is that new beginning, right? So one door shuts for a new door to open for a new beginning. All right. can't stop thinking about you, keeps thinking over and over for when he's meeting you. Maybe is even now, this is right now, this is when he meets you. I feel like he may even know who you are or be thinking of you through conversation here, through a telepathic or psychic connection, because you may be ending things out in order to come through, and this may be where this is guided. Okay, you might be guided to come to him, he might be guided to come to you. Yeah, he may realize there's somebody here and ended it. They're not good for him. He may have been thinking that about an ending here. So, and he's a doer. So he thinks it and he does it. He doesn't talk about it. Okay, he is showing up as the wealthy man. Now, maybe this is another celebrity that he has in and around him. Let's just see where this goes. Okay, no, I feel like it's just him. He's maybe going on that journey, taking that ride out to you. Might be taking that action. That's another 10 that morphs into a new beginning. Can I get one more, please? Thank you. Maybe you are a mature woman, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you are older. However, you could be. He is older, and I don't think that matters. I feel like this is just the maturity level that he can get on with, right? So, or that he can have something in common with. So even if you're at a young age, you could have gone through a lot of lessons where you are classed as an old soul, in a sense of you've learned a lot in your past lives, or you've learned a lot in this lifetime to get you to a certain level. And it's that mature woman. So whether you have gray hair or not. All right, let's look on your side here. Now, of course, this could be something else. This could be walking away here from somebody he's already feels isn't good for him, and taking that journey towards you, or taking a journey away from somebody here that has gray hair. So we'll take it however you want to take it. Let's put it that way. Kind of getting a couple different scenarios there. All right. So you may be a main male getting divorced, or this may be a female getting divorced here from a main male. Let's just see. Yeah, somebody that isn't good for them. I feel like the main male is not good. Oh, here comes Keanu with that wealth. Now, maybe it has to do with some health concerns here, because we do have the bad health here and the bad health on your side. So it's possible he decides to come in to the hospital where you just happen to be. All right, we have an ending and an expectation. So I feel like this is maybe you may already be divorced from somebody, and there may be an expectation that there's an ending on his side for the two of you to come together. Now, of course, it's going to have to be something you've talked about in the psychic connection, because I feel like this is in such a high level that it's something that's going to be, it's kind of hard to explain. Such a high level that there's actions on both sides that are going to come to bring this together, because this is not, this is now, this hasn't happened, like this hasn't happened yet, but this is what's going on now. And it's almost like there's that telepathic connection, and it's almost like spirits taking this telepathy to guide the two of you together. It's kind of interesting, because I haven't really seen it like that before in this psychic connection card, and it's kind of what I'm getting now. Oh, there might be something you do together as some occupation. Now, I'm almost getting like maybe depending on what you do for work here, there might be maybe you're in the healthcare industry. Maybe there's a main male that you divorced that's sick, and you are there to visit the sick ex-spouse, and Keanu happens to be in that hospital. Maybe you're a nurse or a doctor that works at the hospital that he shows up in. I don't know, but there is definitely some type of meeting going on here having to do with maybe somebody being ill or having some issues going on here. Interesting. Okay, well, let's look at the action going forward. Where does she live? Oh, that's a good question. I mean, doing these celebrity readings, I can pick up on the energy, but I've never really asked before, so I don't know if I'd actually get an answer or not. And of course, I don't have any cards that are going to say for sure where this is. So it would just be whatever's coming to me in a sense. But, hmm. Yeah, they're not really giving me anything on that. Let me just see what these are. Voyage. Okay, an opportunity. So it might be across. I'm getting an ocean here. There might be an opportunity. It might be overnight to get there. It's almost traveling during the night here. This is the universe pulling this through, though. And it's, there might be like an ocean away kind of thing. I don't, Now, depending on where he lives, I have no idea where he lives. So if that makes sense to anybody, would have to cross the ocean to get there. It might take a fortnight to get there. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. Yeah, I agree. I'm sure there's thousands of women that want him to walk into their life. Absolutely, there is. Um, However, this is a different level on things here, because this isn't just a meeting. This is kind of knowing each other way ahead of time through this telepathic connection. And it's almost like, when they do meet, it's at such a high level, because it's almost like they know each other already. There's so much in common already. It's interesting. I don't know if I've ever really picked up on this before. Um, Especially for Keanu, this is such a high level. Okay, so this is going to be protected by Spirit. Spirit is really selecting some lucky individual to go through this, and it may take a fortnight, an overnight across the ocean, maybe on a cruise ship. Maybe there's a cruise going on here, or having to fly over an ocean to get there. Oh, so something's going to be illuminated here, whether this is you or not. Well, there's going to be some type of success coming forward for you, and you may even look at it as some type of success. Abundance. So it's going to be through the dollar dollar or through love. Okay. Let's just see here. Happiness. I like it. I mean, this is the almost like a one true wish or something like that that's going to come true for somebody. It's almost like hardly believe it. Like that. Maybe that is what that breathing thing was. Like, I can't believe it. Like, it's almost like winning the lottery is kind of the feeling that I was like, wow, that's craziness. Like, it's whew, just the whole energy was really tight and hard to speak. And I was like having to breathe, and it was like didn't have enough breath. It's so much, it's almost like that shell shock almost, or like that, not shell shock, but that celebrity shock. Or so it's almost like winning the lottery. You can hardly believe it. All right, there's maybe he's coming into your community. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. And I mean, there are donations that he does that he doesn't even like to put his name on. So you never can tell where it's going to be that he may end up showing up. Freedom. Yeah, he may go anywhere. It's hard to say. Let's just see on your side, whoever I'm speaking to, whatever lucky lady this is. Let's see. Ah, blessings. So maybe you've been doing some work here on yourself. There's some blessings coming in for some type of reward. Maybe you are ticking off that bucket list, because I did see somebody had a bucket list there. It's like ticking off the things that you have put in store for yourself to get to. And as you're ticking them off, it's like you're getting blessings come through. Whoa, relaxation. So this may be a trip that you might end up going on, or you have time off or something from your occupation, or you're going to take time off to go for a certain, maybe a dream job or something here. And he shows up. I don't know. It's like, it's wherever you're working, he's going to end up showing up. It must be I'm almost getting hospital because of the bad health on both sides. And it's either that or there's two people in his life, one in his life, one in yours, that isn't good for you. But there is that main common denominator here with the occupation. So let's just see what else is coming through. We have patience. Okay. So you may have been waiting. It could be months. I'm not getting weeks or days. It's been months that you've been, or even years for some of you, regarding whoever I'm picking up on. You may have been learning patience, and that may be one of the hardest lessons to really learn, because you're not meant to stay and wait. You are meant to focus on yourself, just you, and your journey of what you want for yourself. And a lot of people don't take the time to really decide what they want for themselves. Maybe they've never had a chance to. Maybe they've always done things for everyone else and was always the one that was put last. So it's important that you are concentrating and focusing on what you're meant to be doing for you, ticking off those goals, doing all those things, and getting to where you're meant to go. And this is when you're focusing on that, on yourself, that's when this will change and he will come in for you. I do like this because this acts of service is kind of making me feel like he's going to go to a hospital for the children or something, and go and see kids that maybe are having some kind of hard predicament that they're going through in life. I'm getting that hard breathing again. It's like, it's almost like you can hardly believe it. Your eyes, like you are just frozen, and then it's really hard to breathe. It's just like I said, it's like winning the lottery and just not knowing how to handle it. It's just so overwhelming. Wow. Okay. So you have freedom, freedom to choose what you would like to do, maybe in regards to what you're doing now in this patience. Oh my God, I'm getting the goosebumps again. Oh, it's just very subtle, but it is there. Oh, I don't understand what that's about. Like, that's like, wow. Okay. All right. That's, let's see. Oh, you are going to go forward. So it is coming where you are on that path to where you're meant to go. And you're going to be given that freedom to move forward. So I like this. So that patience and having to wait is going to be coming to an end soon here. I like this. Wow, healing the chaos. Now, I do like this because I feel like this is where this forgiveness end is really at in these actions that are going to be taken towards you. Now, I really do like this because I feel like there's a lot of work that has been done to get to this point. All right, look at the focus. Didn't I just say focus? Focusing on yourself. And that may be what he's doing, focusing on what he wants to do and accomplish. And it may just be in your community or town. Okay, let's get on to. I'm getting that breathing thing again. Like, wow. Geez, like this is such a powerful reading right now. I have no idea why I'm getting reactions like this. This is the first for me when it comes to usually I don't have all these things going on in doing readings for him, and it's just crazy that I'm getting all these weird feelings in my body and my breathing to this extent, like really noticeable. I guess you could say. Wow. Okay, so we do have career crossing at this point. So I feel like he might be looking at what he wants to do maybe in his later years. I know that he's still in Hollywood. Let's just see where this goes. Tell me about the career here for the outcome. Whoa. Wow, he might be being led here, speaking to his spirit guides on what he's meant to be doing, and it may be taking a break on things. I do feel like he has something coming up, though. It's not like it may not be right away, so maybe that is why he's going to take some trip here. He might be putting this. They may be needing to wait for somebody or something in regards to this next film he's in or something. I don't know what this is. I don't know. I'm kind of getting this just wait, something of a wait here. All right, so definitely there's a lot of compassion, this man. A lot of compassion. Let's just see where this is. All right, so he might have time off. I feel like he's kind of, this is maybe why he's going to go and do what he's doing. He might need to find a new home if he's ended things out with somebody here, back here. So let's just see where this is going for him. Yeah, he's got the bravery and courage. You might be buying a home, maybe in your community. Yeah, he's got the freedom to choose anywhere. So I feel like he's being guided, though. So that freedom is possibly to do with this ending. Let's just see for that new beginning to start. Yeah, he's got a lot of good luck here for things to really go in his way. I feel like possibly things were kind of being held back, and maybe that's what this is meaning for me, for him. So let's just look at your side of things. Okay, so you may be understanding what it means to put your boundaries in place and having that self-love and that self-respect for yourself of what you are willing to have or not have in your life, and maybe how you show up for things, maybe your values. It's going to go across the board for you, I feel like, in terms of what or how to put these boundaries into place to begin with and not have people overstep those boundaries. And when they do, there needs to be a consequence to those actions. Now, whether that's you walking away from somebody because of this or whatever the case is, and it may end up having to do over here. All right, let's have a look. Wow, reconciliation. So this may be something of a lifetime after lifetime with him. Now, I feel like you haven't actually met here ever this lifetime. So this may be from other lifetimes. So it is going to be a reconciliation of some sort here of the two souls coming together. Wow. Okay. So I am talking to somebody that is actually at quite a high level here in regards to their abilities with that psychic connection with Keanu. So definitely have the spirit guides bringing this together, guiding this in, and you may even be knowing some type of information here. What is it? What information? There's more forgiveness. Now, perhaps you know that there needs to be more forgiveness on both sides here from the past life. Why am I getting past life right now? Okay, so maybe it had something to do with the commitment from your past life that maybe didn't go the way it was meant to go, and you had to redo the lesson this lifetime. I don't know why I'm getting that. Just yeah, I feel like there was something that maybe went wrong in the last lifetime that prevented something here. There is a commitment coming in. This forgiveness is having to do with that past life, but it may be that this time around it's going to happen. There's some well-being coming through here and trusting in spirit. Yes, absolutely. And let's see. Oh, justice, doing the right thing. So I do feel like with this justice card, this is kind of that balancing out here and doing what's right and having that honesty and that moral compass. I feel like with this time around for Keanu, perhaps in his past life, things may have gone to his head a little bit, where he maybe discounted you or something happened along those lines that it didn't happen. And this may be why this is changing, and maybe why he's the way he is this lifetime. Very compassionate and loyal and loving and kind, and just all those great qualities of a man that every woman wants. No wonder every woman wants him to walk into their life, right? All right, let's look at clarifying a couple things. Now, on that forgiveness, this is on both sides here. Yeah, he's showing up possibly wanting to really uh, tell you. I'm getting like he's already thinking about that pentacle to give you. And this may be in the thought process of this psychic connection that you have. It's almost like already knowing that he's going to come in for you. Let's see. Okay, Five of Swords. So on your side, there's some type of argument here. And now this may be to do with giving forgiveness or getting past this forgiveness. Now, sometimes we get triggered, and it may be that you're being triggered because there is another person here. Okay. So I'm kind of getting like maybe there was some arguments here on maybe yourself or you with spirit, or that you're kind of having these things come into your mind and you're like a part of who you used to be maybe showing up. I think you're an asshole and I wouldn't come back to you for nothing in the world. And then it's like, oh, yes, I need to be forgiving. Why am I getting this? Like, why am I feeling these things? Like, you're almost being triggered and nobody's there. You're just, these thoughts are coming into your mind and it's just mulling over in your head of what you could have, would have, should have said to this individual at the time that you walked away from them, or maybe they're triggering you or something along those lines. But it's almost like you're out of character here. You're just wanting to yell whatever you whatever was on your mind that you didn't get to say is almost what I'm getting here for somebody. I don't know. It's definitely that Five of Swords, that argument, conflict type of energy, almost hostility, and it may be hard to forgive certain individuals in your life that you're having an issue doing so. Let's just see what the common thing is. Wow. But you will have that romance coming through, and you might even be I feel like that this is like loving words that he might be speaking to you, that might be triggering you. You may think it's somebody from your past here, and it's actually Keanu. And it might be that you're like, no, I'm not coming back to you. Forget it. And it's not who you think it is that you're talking to. It's almost like here is where you're going to maybe figure out who it is. It may not be who you thought it was. Maybe you don't know. It's almost like I don't know why I'm getting that. It's almost very confusing of who's on the other end of who you're talking to. You might be hoping that but you're getting triggered by what's being said. So you might be looking at somebody from your past thinking these thoughts, and it's just what's being said that's being triggered to you. I don't know what that means. You're going to know what that means if it resonates for you. All right, let's look at love language and acts of service. All right, we have Ace of Pentacles wanting to build something here in regards to maybe a career, finances. This could be manifestation coming up too. All right, you may be trying to balance or make him a priority when it comes to things, maybe having to juggle a few things around. Maybe you're working, maybe you want to take time off. Maybe this is where that time off comes in, that relaxation somewhere around here, that this comes in for you. I thought, yeah, there is a relaxation. Maybe you end up taking time off once you meet him, want to balance this out, make him a priority by juggling things around to have the time with him. So that's interesting. I don't know. Oh, look at that. Definitely is in that emotional state. And I feel like after meeting you, you guys are going to put it all together about who is what was spoken and why it was triggering and who it actually was, or there's going to be some kind of realization or something along those lines. Now let's look at that occupation here. This might be something of you having some type of chance to do something. I feel like this is where he comes into your occupation, whatever you're doing for work here. All right, Nine of Swords. So there might be some worry here about maybe somebody that is at bad health for him when it comes to it, but maybe has to go to a certain hospital to get that help, or wanting to, I don't know, donate to a certain cause or a certain hospital. I don't know what this is. There is definitely some type of concern regarding this. Now, interesting. All right. You might be making plans at work right now. I don't know what this is. Maybe you're putting in for your holiday time or something. Maybe you have to have your holidays put in for your job for the summer coming up or something along those lines. And this might be when this coincides with when he shows up, or right around the time you're going to be off, which is going to be perfect because it's all going to just fall into place. And it's going to be like, what? It's almost like, how did you know? But then he's getting stuff off of you. You may not even realize this connection is here as much of like how do I put that? You may not realize just how much he's picking up off of you or you off of him, that this is how, and then of course spirit bringing this together, and it's just taking all the information and putting it all together. It's definitely going to be having that communication. And this is interesting because you're already talking and you haven't even met yet. And it's from that there's communication here. It's just like you're making plans, and it's like there's concern here because it's like, wait a minute, that doesn't fit my schedule. And I don't know, it's almost like a back and forth here I'm getting, and it's interesting. Interesting. Okay, let's look at the focus here. All right, all right. I like this. This is that Three of Pentacles. You're looking for that focusing on that team player. I feel like this is really important to Keanu to find that person of and it's almost like I'm picking you both up on this. It's like you're both wanting that team dynamic, both sharing the common good, or the best of both worlds together, right? Uh, okay, let's keep going. All right, wow, look at you. Like I said, this is such a high level I'm getting here. Now, this could be focusing on spirit. This is being the highest you can get to spirit through the Hierophant. Now, this is through tradition, and there's other things that you can have regarding the Hierophant. But what I'm really getting here is not so much the socially acceptable or whatever. It's more that spiritual and values that's coming through for me, um, or even religion, depending on how you feel about all that. I'm more spiritual than I am religious, and I know that I have a good connection with spirit. So some people go to church. I go to my altar, right? So I don't know. It's different. I've never been one to be religious. I actually don't even have a religion, but I really do like Buddhism. Out of all of the religions that I've kind of looked into, and I have over the years talked to a lot of, how people can come to your door. I'm not so much, I don't know if I really related to that for certain religions, and it was just my own personal preference, not that I thought there was anything wrong with what they believed in. Um, but for myself, I chose something that fit me. And I think as long as you have God in your heart and know that you have your angels, ancestors, and spirit guides always around you, that it's just that we don't see that world. Well, most of us don't, and some people do. So, and it's just getting to that ability to do that. So, anyways, look at this. I love this. This is that equal give and take, not having any problem with donating money, giving out money. Definitely is not asking you for money, okay? For anybody out there, okay? So I feel like this is with a Five of Pentacles here. It's not that he's gonna end up in poverty, or that you are. This may just mean that he has more to give than you do at this point, and that may just be due to his millions of dollars. Okay, maybe you're gonna feel like you have less to give, absolutely, because you're not at that wealth level. But just remember, that he's willing to give some of that away. So it's not he's going to be a team player, and it's going to be put in together where you both are going to benefit from the common good. So let's look at the Justice here. Now, Justice is now this could be even, we do have adjudication, so it may be something to do with court, where maybe that's where he shows up. Maybe it has something to do with somebody's will that has had something to do with some illness. I don't know. I feel like it's more the hospital situation, though. All right. Eight of Cups. So definitely walking away. Now, let's just see where this goes first. Lots of options, or wanting to take that. Okay, so walking away from the past, I feel like he knows maybe the right cup is out there. Like right from the beginning, when I first started reading for Keanu, I felt he had settled with somebody that was a friend that he grew to love, in a romantic way. But I feel like that real love out there, that heart stopping love, that love at first sight, that one that goes from your toes to your tip of your hair root, that really true love is going to be so powerful, that he's not going to be able to stand that. He's going to have to go towards it. And I feel like when you've settled here and you are thinking about somebody over here, there's a way to come to that. So I do feel he walks away from, just feels like maybe the wrong cup from the past. So I do feel like he has settled, and I've always said that. I know there's a lot of people out there that really like her, and that's cool. He is happy right now, and I'm glad for him. But all I'm saying is what I'm seeing in the cards is somebody's going to show up to him, and he's going to see things quite differently when it comes to love, and see that the love that he's feeling for whoever this individual is off the charts, and it's not something he's going to be able to walk away from. Okay, so that I'm just saying. Okay. All right. All right, there is strength here. So I do feel like this bravery, or the strength, the mindset even, is going to be affected so brilliant here. Taming the beast, this is desire even, on that end. So I do like this for you guys, whoever I am talking to. Let's look at what the intuition is, and then we'll look at what your attributes might be for whoever I am picking up on. All right, we have the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Wands. So definitely you may have been hurt, maybe even willing to cut people out of your life. I mean, that might not be a problem for you. Maybe you are definitely all about the truth. Maybe you have that gift of communication, and you're like that lie detector. I got that earlier. And it's almost like when somebody's lying, and it's like, okay, come forward. Tell me the truth. And it's almost like they can't help. It's almost like you see right through their soul, and they can tell that almost scares a few people here, but I feel like your whole vibe and sensations that you feel, damn well that they're lying their ass off. And it's like you can tell, and you've had enough experience here. Look at all the wands. You've had enough experience with liars, okay, or people that have lied to you, that you wanted to see the good in them and wanted to believe that they wouldn't do those kind of things to you. And then in the end, they maybe did. And it's like, why didn't I listen to myself again? And maybe it took a few times, or these are different lessons, of course. But that lying, you might have had some gifts come through here, where all of the lessons you've been through, you're really good at discerning who's lying to you. And you may even find people saying to you, okay, I feel like I can't lie to you, man. Like, it's almost creepy, almost scary, you know? So, it's kind of funny that comes up for me, because I've had people say that to me, that they were a little unnerved, that they felt I could see that they were lying or about to lie. And I give them a look, I guess, and I didn't even realize I was doing it. Like, okay, really? I don't think I'm buying what you're freaking putting down. Okay, so why don't you try that one again? And it's before they even say anything, and it's like they're already getting this from me, and I'm maybe even projecting it out to them, or they're just picking up on that. I don't know. It's kind of funny. I don't know if you've ever had that happen before. All right, so let's just see here. You have got to have that truth. And I feel like you know the stakes are high when it comes to him. Let's see what his intuition is saying. Didn't I say this was a profound love he's not going to be able to walk away from? All right, that Ace of Cups has come out. He's definitely wanting that love. And I'm talking about a life changing moment for him. This maybe is something he's never felt before with anyone, and it's not something he can walk away from. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is going to be built on. I feel like you're both going to work together on this as the coming out as both your individual coming together as a common thing here. So both feeling it, that you're willing to work to have this love. So I do feel like this is going to be something really profound. Like, no wonder you can't catch your breath or that I can't right at this point. All right. So you see how that turned a little? So that's what I was talking about when cards come out. If they're meant to come out backwards and they're meant to be upright, they'll just kind of do this little on my cards. It's not doing it, of course, but that's okay. And we have powerful. So it's in the reverse, but I feel like this is you maybe haven't stepped into that power yet because this hasn't occurred yet. And I feel like when you are at his side and there's this love going through, it's important. I think I said this before. Maybe this was the mistake that happened in the past life of him having things go to his head, or maybe it's you. So feeling like you are more powerful than anyone else because you're with Keanu. And it's important that you don't let that go to your head. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting that with that, but that's what's coming through. So that may be what happened in a past life, whether it was you or him. Something went wrong when it came to coming together, and that powerful I'm better than anyone else kind of attitude where spirit's like, what? No, that's not. We're giving you this because you were meant to have it, because we felt you wouldn't get to that point. You know, not to let that get to your head. And that maybe went wrong in the past life. Now, whether that was you or Keanu, I don't know. It's just what's coming through now, that it's important that no matter how successful you are in whatever you do when it comes to Keanu, it's important not to lose yourself in all that. Remember who you are, right? And it's important not to have that attitude that because you are at the level you are, that you can't do wrong and have it taken away. Okay, so it's important to realize that that is really coming through strong for me here. All right, so let's have a look here. What else? The other attributes. Maybe you like braids. This one wants to come too. Hazel eyes. Now this could be him. This could be her. Or this main male on your side. So you kind of know maybe who this might be. Maybe you have a busty chest. And if you don't, maybe it is her or whatever. I don't know, you might have stunning eyes, or maybe she does. I don't remember what color eyes she has. Oops. Okay. Okay, maybe she's the same height as you are. We do have a woman here. Oh, nicely dressed is on the fence. So I feel like this might be like, you're like, you're not at the same class as him is kind of what I'm getting. So this may be why that Five of Pentacles came out with him, and he was the King of Pentacles. So it's kind of telling me that you would wear nicely dressed clothes, but maybe you're not able to afford at that level. And this is where maybe he's going to help you out on that, and maybe buy you things for you, because he does like to give as part, I think that was under here. Yeah, acts of service. So doing things for you. Actions speak louder than words. So definitely brings you home things and does things for you without you realizing or knowing about. And he may surprise you with those kinds of things. So perhaps he buys you a dress to wear to a certain function or something along those lines. Very giving, loving, very loving. So you may be younger than him or he is younger than you. We have glasses. Maybe you wear glasses. And maybe you have Australian descendants. Maybe he does. I don't know. It's a culture thing. We're all kind of meshed together. I have Scottish, English, Native Indian, French in me. So I've got a lot of different cultures together. And my dad was the one that lived in England and came overseas. My mom was the one that lived in Canada already that had and of course, back then it was terrible for my grandpa. I mean, he was called a half breed, and I was like, what? And what he's called is actually a Métis, and he really didn't feel like he fit in on either side because he wasn't a pureblood and he wasn't white, and so he was somewhere in between, and so he really felt isolated from everyone, really, and I really felt bad for him for when he must have been growing up in that time. It wasn't as acceptable as it is nowadays, which is just terrible to me. I don't know. I think we all have something to bring together. I mean, none of us are pure or anything anymore, really. Maybe some people are. I don't know. But it's not about that. I mean, we're all here to learn. We're all here together. We all bleed the same. So, right? Anyhow, that's just my view on it. So, all right. So maybe you don't like white clothing. In fact, you may not like to wear it at all. All right. And maybe you have blue eyes. And we have long hair. So, all right. Well, this is what I have for you for attributes. Of course, I like to throw these in so it doesn't have to be if that's not resonating with you, of who you may feel you are the one. I know that puts a lot out there for people for hope and things like that. And I'm going to say that don't put your life on hold for anybody. Live your life, and whoever is meant to come in that you're manifesting, spirit will either bring them in or they won't for whatever reason. If it's not guided to happen, it's not going to. And like I said, you can ask for certain things, but it may not show up the way you thought it would. Okay. So just saying. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the reading. And of course, if you are a millionaire, I just saw your post there. Um, Even if you aren't a millionaire, or even if you are, you still may feel like not that you're less than Keanu, but you're not at that celebrity status as he is. So that might be where that Five of Pentacles shows up. Okay. So just to clarify a little bit. Anyways, yeah, I hope you guys liked it. I love this. I'll do this more for sure. All right. I hope it rings true for somebody out there that's very lucky. This, like I said, this is like the breathing thing was like huge for me. Is like, what? Why can't I breathe? I can't talk. This isn't good. And it's just like, I almost feel like you won the lottery, and it's just that profound on all levels. Like I was getting the tinglies here and the goosebumps and not being able to breathe. And it was almost like almost an anxiety attack, but not quite. It's more like I said, that building up of, oh my God, like winning the lottery. It's like, wow. So I do feel like this is really going to shock somebody. whoever it is, whoever it ends up being, let me know. All right. All right, you guys, I'll catch you on the next one. I don't know when that'll be. I'm just kind of winging it when it comes to showing up for the live. Wow, it's an hour and 10 minutes. Holy cow. That's crazy. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I got a couple other videos I'm going to upload for you, and sometimes it takes a bit to upload. So it'll be in the next hour or two, hopefully. So look for that. All right, guys, take care, stay blessed, and of course, we'll see you next time. Later.